All right, so this afternoon I'm in Phoenicia, New York, and in Phoenicia we're going to be visiting with Rick and Scott, the owners of the Woodstock Brewing Company. Great story, looking forward to it. Come on inside. Woodstock Brewing Company. We're here in Phoenicia, New York, actually in the Phoenicia Plaza, sitting with both Scott and Rick. You guys are a brand that's continuing to grow in the local market. I'd like to get a little bit of background though. Maybe just give us a brief summary of your history leading up to getting here.
I had a house in Woodstock and Scott would come up there and come hang out a lot, and I was doing a lot of cooking, and Scott actually went on a trip to Seattle once and went with his friends to like a camping retreat. They brought a bunch of home brews, and he was like, this is better beer than what we're getting in the store. So when he came back, and he was like, hey Rick, do you want to help me make beer? And I was like, similar to cooking, so let's try it. We made a Belgian triple.
Yep.
The worst beer created.
I still have a bottle of it, actually.
It's undrinkable.
So this was more of a side. You're still doing whatever you're doing down in the city. You guys are still working in your full-time jobs, but on the side you were working on home brews.
We were making beer out of the garage in Woodstock and giving it away in bottles.
Okay.
To everybody that we could give it to. We had to devise a methodology of how to learn about the ingredients, figure out the recipes, figure out what we liked in beer, and then how to recreate that. It's using basically the scientific method to determine or learn the process, not only of brewing and becoming better at brewing, but also to learn how to create recipes, learn what the ingredients do, learn all the variables.
What was the turning point? What was the pendulum shift where you all of a sudden you had a line outside of your garage going out to 212 over in Woodstock that said, hey, give me that beer? What was the pendulum shift for you guys to say, hey, we're going to stop what we're doing now and we're going to focus on creating Woodstock Brewing Company?
We were both looking for something like a change of career, and we were doing the beer, we were improving. We could see that people liked it, and this area needs more businesses and opportunities, and there's a void in this area for this kind of stuff, and so we thought, why not give it a shot and let's go through it.
Talk a little bit about maybe the decision to be here and in this area.
We started in the garage in Woodstock, so Woodstock Brewing, and 3 years later we had a really big Instagram following, and we're still looking for a place, and we would have loved to be in Woodstock.
We looked at a place, I think, early.
Yeah. We looked at so many places. Just couldn't find anything that really suited our needs. We were driving by this place and it was empty, and we called, and next thing you know, we had space.
The infrastructure here. You guys had some hiccups along the way.
We have had a problem with every single piece of equipment that we have. And luckily now I know how to fix them all. But it has been an interesting process. When we created this, it wasn't just to be a brewery. It wasn't just to make beer, distribute it, and put it in stores. I wanted this place to be some place where people could come and hang out. And it's almost like their living room. And that's the kind of vibe we are. We're not a restaurant. We're not just a brewery. It's kind of just a place where you can come and bring your kids, you can bring your family or your friends and hang out and just do whatever you want, really.
Rick, one of the things I love about this, and we'll take some shots of the room and the outside, but you've got a ton of taps, and tell us a little bit just about the system out there.
It's a micromatic draft system. It's about 100-foot long draw, which is a pretty long one. We've got 16 taps. We've got 4 additional taps for non-beer. We've got 2 nitro taps. It's just trying to keep a good variety of beers and ever-changing.
All right, so I also asked for a couple of samples. All right, so one of the other things I'm going to try here is actually the Entropy. Now, this was the one that Rick was mentioning earlier. It's a double IPA with an 8.2 ABV. It's brewed with oats and wheat malt. It's hopped intensely with Mandaria, Bavaria, Galaxy, Cascade, and Simcoe. It's a truly juicy and tropical melange of flavors to take us somewhere else. So, try this out. Wow, it's got notes of mango and some more mango. You can definitely taste the mango. Pineapples and tropical fruits. Wow, that's good. One of the other things I asked to try was this Mighty Z. So the Mighty Z is an oatmeal coffee stout. It's got an 8.7 ABV. And the description is no sleep till Brooklyn, probably because it's got notes of root beer, roasted coffee, vanilla, and dark chocolate. Dying to try this. All right, I can taste some of that too. Wow, that's absolutely outstanding. So what is it that we have here today?
So we have 3 different types of tacos. We have an al pastor. It's a marinated pulled pork shoulder topped with pineapple, cilantro, and a homemade tomatillo salsa. Cod taco. It's battered with the Woodstock lager and fried, topped with pickled onions, sriracha aioli, and cilantro. And then our vegan taco is quinoa, tofu, black beans, rice, and hummus. And that's also topped with the tomatillo salsa. Brand new to the menu, we have a mescalin salad with fresh strawberries, mango, and apple, topped with dried cranberries, walnuts, and sunflower seeds with a honey Dijonaise dressing. And then lastly, we have a tostada de tinga. It's also the marinated chicken with a homemade salsa verde, topped with Mexican crema.
So have you guys been involved locally with some things in the community as well?
Yeah, I mean, we try to do as many events as we can. We've done a couple for the town of Shandaken. We donate beer. We also donate a lot of gift certificates or product for like different auctions or some of the events that are going on. We're very limited staff, so it's hard for us to participate in every event, but we try to contribute as much as we can.
Last question, but what's next for the Woodstock Brewing Company? What do you guys see in the future?
Well, we just started distributing beer with a distributor, so we're trying to get our beer more available for consumption. And we did our first canning run on February 17th or 18th, and so we'll be doing a lot more canning.
That's awesome. Well, guys, again, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.